My name is Dave Parrett. I am a tattoo artist. I own Olympus Ink here in Topeka, Kansas for 10 years now. My dad wouldn't let me get a tattoo, so when I turned 19, I finally had enough money to go get a tattoo, and I realized that it was seemed like a cool job. I was like, these guys, you know, they get to hang out with cool people, they get to draw all day, they get paid to do it. Found out what they were charging for tattoos, and I was like, wow, these guys make a decent living. So I just pursued it ever since then. It took me a long time to get into the industry. You know, it was all about who you know. I didn't know anybody, but I just kept at it and kept working hard and waited for my opportunity, and eventually it came. I always loved drawing. Some of my oldest memories are of me in church, and you know, there was no iPads back then, so for me to calm down, they would give me a pad and a pencil and let me draw. My teachers would always, I'd turn in my homework and it'd have doodles all over the back, and everybody was always really supportive of it, and I feel like it was their reaction to, oh wow, that's great, that made me want to do it more, to kind of, you know, impress them and then feel good about myself. I like a lot of stuff. I do realism, I do color. I'm kind of known for my color. I do everything. I grew up on comic books, and you know, I liked American comic style, and so I tried to copy that. Well, actually, I named my son Calvin because I loved Calvin and Hobbes. So whenever my son sees this, he's like, that's me in the tiger. And I'm like, yeah. If I get to choose what we're going to tattoo, it's definitely going to be bold lines, bright colors, dynamic poses. This is a split series. It's just a bunch of fun characters, you know, Beavis and Butthead and Calvin and Hobbes, all the famous ones. My wife, she helps me run the studio. She does all the stuff behind the scenes. I always say she's, you know, like the Wizard of Oz. She's the man behind the curtain. I get to be the wizard, do all the fun stuff, but she's handling everything behind the scenes. When we first met, she wanted a lot of tattoos, and we've done a lot. And there's still more. Every time I look at her, I'm like, oh, I gotta finish that, or we gotta add to this, or we gotta touch that up. So it's kind of weird having your lifelong partner also be artwork that you critique. You know, I'm always just like, you know, so that adds a lot of pressure when I tattoo her too, is that I'm gonna have to see it a lot. So better be good. If you're confident when you do it, then you won't be stressed, you know. But if you come in and you know, oh, I haven't really done this one before, or you know, I'm not sure, then that's when it starts to show in your work. So the longer you do it, you build the confidence, and you're not scared anymore. Find out about your artist. You know, just because somebody does great artwork doesn't mean that you're going to be able to sit with them for hours. You know, you want to make sure that you have matching personalities, that you get along, and that they're a great artist. So I just try to remember what it feels like when I'm in their position and try to make them as comfortable as possible. I would say go for it if you're thinking about getting a tattoo. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it went beyond my expectations, and it's very nice. I'm super proud to be part of it.